So hello everybody to a new video. Today I want to look at some African penguin habitats and look if they're cool or not, or if they are good for the penguins and my opinion about them. I'm now on ZooChat, where you can find just all kinds of images of habitats, animals and stuff. You can talk about animals, but we're gonna just look at some enclosures of African penguins and look if they are in a good enclosure. First up, we have in North America, United States, in Greensboro Science Center. In the top here, a bit typical on and on the small side in my opinion. First up, it looks like it's an indoor enclosure, but I can't really see what's above there. So we have it here. The background is rock, probably fake rock, but it looks quite natural here. They can deep dive out here, so they can in the water. It's natural behavior. Bit of a coastal thing. I think this is enrichment. But what's in the text above here? It's quite small for penguins. Here's a reference for the habitat. The land area is quite small. You can't of course see what's out here, but what I can see, the water is quite small, and so I think it's decent enclosure, but the size is the thing that makes this penguin habitat a bit skeptical. So I would give it 5.5 out of 10, pure of the size. Then we have the Boulders Beach in my hometown, Netherlands, in Zoopark Overloon. I've been here once, and if you look at it, it's quite themed with some beach houses and stuff. Very sizable, some trees, some, I don't know how you call it in English, some weeds and stuff, and they have water. I didn't know underwater viewing or something, but there are more images of this habitat. Here you have a path to it. Then we have this one. The nesting areas. So and to walk through habitat, people can walk along the penguins. The size is it's really it's huge, but it's really big. It's perfect. You have just natural sand, nesting areas, and something I really like to see is if you can see the barrier or not. This gives a more natural look if you can't see the barrier. In the back here you see some fences, but it's not really visible because it's green. You can't really see, it's not a high fence or something. So I would give it a 9 out of 10. Here you have another image of Boulders Beach. Some inner education, a boat. So really nice enclosure. Then we have Dierenpark Amersfoort in the Netherlands too. I've been here a few times. Here, of course, you can see the barrier already. It's covered in plants, in bamboo and stuff. Indoor enclosure here. Water looks quite deep. Natural sand, nice barrier here to look over. This zoo is really based on children. So lower fences that you can look over it. There was a little viewing area, like here you can see that, like a little water viewing area. It's not huge or something, but it looks decent. I think I don't really see what this is. Nesting boxes or something. I do think this is. So and it is pretty sizable for those penguin, as you can see here. So decent, 8.5 out of 10. Let's look at the Lodz Zoo, if I pronounce it correctly, in Poland. Yeah, you can see this isn't really a very decent habitat. It's really huge for the penguins. Look here, I can see a penguin in the water, so they can deep dive here. The water is not super deep. They can dive here and back, so it's pretty huge. You have some nesting boxes, but it's really artificial. Like it's all concrete, a concrete box here, concrete wall here. Here is a little fence, but I don't think this is the best area for the penguins to live in. And in the background you see very high fences and a huge building, so it's not made to give the penguins a natural environment. Or maybe it does, but Poland has maybe not that much to spend than other countries like the Netherlands, America and stuff. So I think they try their best with the area they have in room, space. But the other things are quite I would give it a 4 out of 10. It's the same, I think. Kind of tunnel. I think you can see. I think here's an underwater viewing area. But yeah, quite. Yeah. Then we have over here in a zoo Rocklaw, if I pronounce it correctly. This looks really decent. Like the rock work here. I do think the wall is a bit, yeah, it's a high wall and looks a bit artificial. But the rock work is really good. Some nesting boxes out here, water with some weeds and some plants out here. And it is a huge habitat if you look at the penguins. Right there. Here. If you look at the full enclosure, I think this is a good viewing area for guests to look at. So I would say 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. And then we have, look at this one, also a zoo Rocklaw. Then we have this one in a zoo aquarium Madrid. This looks horrible. This looks more like a garden of a rich guy. Artificial grass, really small water area, looks more like a swimming pool in a villa or something. Some looks more like a kind of bird houses for finches and stuff, not for penguins. This looks like I could buy it in a shop and place it in my garden. And it's really small if you look at the area they have. I do like the rock here, but it looks really bad. But there are more images of this one. Look, it's the same enclosure. I think this is more. It is indoor enclosure. It's now closed off. But in the back here you have some more room. So with more water, I would still not give it a high rank. I would give it a 5 out of 10. But if it was only this, I would definitely give it a 3 out of 10. But this area gives more room, like in the back here. So. African penguin enclosure, former polar bear enclosure. This looks horrible. Size, the size of the habitat is decent, but it's a really small water area. However, it does look like it's not fully filled. Could be to here, but it's a mess out here. Everywhere it's concrete, and here's grass, but here are some boxes and stuff. Cardboard maybe even. Yeah, it looks horrible. But what me scares the most is that a former polar bear enclosure. The penguins have enough room out here. But if you think about a polar bear out here, it would be horrible for a polar bear to live in here. Then we have South Africa in the Two Oceans Aquarium. This is also the home country of the African penguin. Yeah, it looks decent. It's a bit on the small side, I think, but it looks quite natural with the rock work here and the hut out here, the rocky shores called. They can deep dive with the underwater viewing area. It looks to be fairly indoor. It would be good to have outdoor enclosure for them too. But it doesn't look like a horrible enclosure. Here's some education extinct by 2035. Unfortunately, it could be true. They are critically endangered. They were first endangered, but now they are critically endangered since last year. So the zoo is not confirmed. South Africa other, but I think you can take conclusions on your own about this habitat. It's really small. Artificial grass. The water area is extremely small, but the other part is African countries don't have are not that rich, so they want to show people the animals, and I think they have really good purposes with these animals, but they just can't care for these animals because they have not enough money. So I think their purpose is really good. That I think they don't have any bad things in their minds. But, the money ruins it. It does look to be outdoor. Some rock work, but 2 out of 10. Unfortunately, I think this is the last one where we're gonna look at the zoo is Salzburg in Austria. This looks really good. The rock work, it looks really decent. I think there's underwater viewing. There are more pictures of it. They can just jump off the rock into the water. The viewing area of the people is good. I think the barriers aren't really visible. Yeah, this fence. After we have more images of it. Yes, underwater viewing. Here's underwater viewing. This looks perfect. Like a 8 out of 10. And this was the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have seen other African penguin enclosures, just let me know in the comments. Maybe we'll do a part 2 or something. But thanks for watching and bye.